Let's get this moving.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Cheers.
This week, the president spent time with scientists,
I should let you know, we have a few spots open on the team, so you're interested.
letter writers,
Have a great wedding.
Thank you.
immigration, healthcare, and education advocates,
Get to work.
Get to work.
Huh?
Yep.
spiritual leaders, athletes,
Love this.
and dreamers.
Thank you, brother. Take
That's
care.
January 30th to February 5th, or to all of the
All
dreamers.
the dreamers.
On Science Friday, the president surrounded himself with medical experts and announced new historic investments in the field of precision medicine.
You can match a blood transfusion to a blood type. That was an important discovery. What if matching a cancer cure to our genetic code was just as easy, just as standard? And that's the promise of precision medicine, delivering the right treatments at the right time, every time, to the right person. And for a small but growing number of patients, that future is already here. It's so nice to see you.
In the afternoon, the president met with the social and behavioral sciences team, the first ever team of research experts recruited into the government to harness behavioral science
We're
insights.
working off OMB's larger push for evidence-based policy.
Yeah.
So I think the extent to which we can insert evidence into some of your cabinet meetings, conversations with different secretaries. so
I'm
to
always big on
prioritize.
evidence. I'm big on facts. I'm a very rational person.
On Super Bowl Sunday, the president did a pregame interview in the White House kitchen.
Beer we can believe in. That's the title.
Afterward, the president sat down for an interview with Savannah Guthrie from NBC, where he spoke about America's actions regarding threats from overseas.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
On Budget Monday, the president delivered remarks at the DHS National Operations Center.
It's getting a little gray, so like your mustache.
There, he urged Republicans to end their delaying and meet the end of February deadline.
We've got to put politics aside, pass a budget that funds our national security priorities at home and abroad. This is one of our most basic and most important responsibilities as a government.
In the afternoon, the president got a double dose of California sunshine as he welcomed the 2014 NHL champion Los Angeles Kings
Best of luck when you are not playing Chicago.
and the 2014 MLS Cup champion LA Galaxy.
You guys coming back means you guys actually know what you're doing.
On Healthcare Tuesday, the president sat down with 10 letter writers from across the country.
The reason I sent the letter was because I think they were trying to repeal it for like the 27th or 97th time.
I think it's
Yeah.
the 50.
Yeah, so they were, and I think one night I just got really kind of riled up about it, so I sent I'll just send an email. Some staffer that worked on the ACA will read it. Maybe it'll perk them up a little bit. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have spent more time writing this.
You go ahead and just stay a little fired up.
Okay, good.
And in the afternoon, the president held a cabinet meeting with top administration officials. He talked about his administration's continuing focus on middle-class economics. On Immigration Wednesday, the president met with a group of dreamers, young immigrants who have benefited from the administration's efforts to add accountability to our broken immigration system and focusing our law enforcement efforts on felons, not
I
families.
feel empowered, and it's going to change my life forever, and not only my life, but my family's life.
On Thursday, joined by the First Lady, the president spoke to the National Prayer Breakfast.
Hallowed be thy name.
When he got back to the White House, the president hosted a very special group in the Oval Office. Vidal Chastanet and his crew, including Humans of New York photographer Brandon Stanton.
It's like, feels like you're in trouble and you're about to go in Miss Lopez's office.
Hi. How you doing? Good to see you.
Well, you've gone and done it. You spent another couple of minutes watching the West Wing Week. Remember, you can find out more information about any of these topics and see complete videos of these events at whitehouse.gov. So thanks again for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
This is even better than the veto pen. I'm going to be happy. You don't want to mess with somebody who's got one of these.